Hello everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Mike. And yeah, you might be expecting someone else to be here with me, and I did actually see Rainbow today, but just before we started, she ran out and said she had to go to the store or something like that. So we're not sure where she is. We hope she'll be back.
God, I'm here,
and
I'm here.
she is.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late.
Go?
Actually, I got this for you because I knew I would be late.
Oh, well, thank you very much. The dialogue for today is all about saying thank you.
Oh, that's perfect.
What an amazing coincidence.
Sometimes you don't really need to say it. You can just give them a little something that you've observed. Maybe, I see you drinking this every day, and so I just bring it in, and it's a nice way to say thanks as well.
And I guess actually when we travel, right? Those are some of the first words you would learn in a new language.
谢谢.
Yeah, there you go. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back with our dialogue.
Jolene and Mark are waiting for class to begin.
What a pleasant surprise. You've decided to show up today. How was your day off?
I wouldn't call it a day off. I was sick.
You, get away from me. I'm just kidding. Are you feeling better today?
Not really, but I'm here anyway.
I've got yesterday's notes if you need them.
That would be great, actually. Could you send them to me?
Sure, no problem. Done.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
All right, so let's get started with today's article, and we're going to look at saying thank you part 1. So this is about a friend in need, and we have two characters. They're named Jolene and Mark, and I guess they're really good friends. Jolene and Mark are waiting for class to begin.
Okay, so they're students of some kind. They're at school and their class is about to start. And Mark says something right at the beginning that makes us think something happened maybe yesterday, because he says, "What a pleasant surprise. You've decided to show up today." I think here he's being a little sarcastic. He's kind of making a joke with a little
fun of her.
edge to it, because apparently Jolene wasn't at school yesterday. Mark probably missed her a lot because they're good friends, but he's not kind of saying, "What a pleasant surprise," in a positive, really friendly way. He's kind of saying it in a slightly sarcastic, "What a pleasant surprise. You've decided to show up today. You weren't at school yesterday because you're such a princess," or whatever. But anyways, he's kind of making a joke that he's happy to see her there. And then he says, "How was your day off?" So yeah, she took the day off yesterday. He's kind of playing the joke that she was taking a holiday. She was at the beach or binge watching Netflix at home or something like that. But actually, it seems she had a really good reason to not go to school, right?
Yeah, because Jolene says, "Oh, I wouldn't call it a day off. I was sick."
No, that's not a day off.
So she just gives the real reason she wasn't there, even though Mike was making fun of her. She said, Mark was making fun of her. She said, "Oh, it's because I was sick." So it wasn't pleasant at all.
No.
So when we say something is pleasant and we say it with a smile, "Oh, it's very pleasant," it's because we're talking about something very wonderful, very comfortable, something great, something that feels good. So for example, I just had a pleasant conversation with my son's math teacher. So maybe we talked about our personal lives, and we talked about the kid, and we talked about what we had in common, and it was just very nice conversation, so that we would call very pleasant. We can say a person is pleasant, a day is pleasant, or this gift is pleasant. It just means it's wonderful and you feel very positively about it. So what does Mark say?
Yeah, so she didn't enjoy her day off. She was sick. And so now when Mark hears that, he kind of switches to joking in another way. "Ooh, get away from me," he says, as if she's gonna give him the most terrible disease in the world. "Ah, get away from me." friends will do this with friends. And then he says, I'm just kidding. So now he shows that he's really not afraid of her. It's a joke. He's just playing around. And then he asks her a really honest question. Are you feeling better today? I think he really means this. He's not joking here, you know. Have you gotten over your sickness? Are you feeling healthy again?
No. Jolene says, not really. But I'm here anyway.
Still got a sore throat, a bit of a headache.
I think
Jolene
Jolene has to be there for class because she can't miss any more class, right?
Absolutely. And what she missed yesterday is on Mark's mind. And that's why he says, yeah, I've got yesterday's notes if you need them. So yesterday in class, the teacher taught them many things, and Mark wrote down the important points, the important facts. He took notes, and he's willing to share them with Jolene because, of course, she missed the class.
Jolene says that would be great, actually.
Thanks.
Could you send them to me?
All right, so she wants him to send them to her. And of course, since they're using computers and cell phones, he's not sending it in a letter in an envelope. He says, sure, no problem. He fiddles with his cell phone. He plays with it. He does something, types some things, probably opens his email, attach, forward, send. Done, he says. All right, so it's been sent. She'll get it on her phone in a second.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the solid. There you go.
So, dude is what you call your friend. So this is probably not something you would use with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your boss, but it's just like dude is like your buddy.
Yeah.
So if you say, thanks, dude, you're like, yeah, I appreciate it. Like, it's just like you're really good friends, like your bros or like sisters or something like that. But dude is usually like, it's a guy's term with each other.
I guess girls could call other girls dude, or that would sort of be normal maybe, but yeah, it's generally used for boys, for men,
Dude is a man.
Something like that. And if you appreciate something, this verb, it kind of means I thank you for it, and I understand how much you did for me, all right? So if someone does something really nice for you and helps you move and carries your sofa up the stairs, and then at the end of the day, you're like, okay, thanks, see ya, and you close the door in their face, it's not really showing that you appreciated that they worked hard, they gave up a whole day, they did all this hard work for you, right? But if they do you a big favor like that and you take them out for dinner and, you know, say something nice to them, maybe get them a gift, you're kind of showing that you understand what they did. You really want to thank them and you really get it. You really understand. For example, your hard work on this project is greatly appreciated.
Yes.
We're going to thank you because we know and understand how much time you gave up, how much hard work you did, how much you added to the project, so that kind of thing. So if you really think about the kind thing you're getting, you will appreciate it probably a little bit more.
Yeah, and a good way to appreciate something is not only to say it, but also to do something in return,
sure.
which we'll talk about after the break. So let's go ahead and do that now, and we will see you soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这个月的主题是绘画，我们要来学习用英文道谢来表达感谢。那第一段对话标题 A friend in need 其实是来自一个谚语，叫做 A friend in need is a friend indeed。患难之交才是真朋友，就像我们中文说的患难见真情。那对话一开始 ，Jolene 和 Mark 正在等着开始上课。Mark 就说：“啊，真是令人愉快的惊喜啊！你终于决定今天要出现了。你的假过得怎么样呢？”那我们这时候就可以推测说，他们两个应该蛮要好的。Mark 可能就是用那种冷嘲热讽、挖苦的那种语气在开 Jolene 玩笑，觉得说他昨天没有来，一定是跑出去玩或是在家追剧。Mike 老师这时候用到 sarcastic。sarcastic， 它表示冷嘲热讽的或是挖苦的。还有提到 binge watch，binge 连字号 watch 这个字表示没有节制的看，狂看。其中的 binge 它有那种放纵啊，没有节制的意思，我们就常用 binge watch 来表达追剧、刷剧的行为。好，那课文单字 pleasant， 它是形容令人愉快的、亲切友好的。 Jolene 接着解释说他生病了啦。那么 Mark 先开玩笑叫他离远一点，然后接着就关心他说，有没有好一点啊？然后也主动提供昨天的笔记给他。Jolene 最后就向他道谢。来看单字 appreciate， 他表示感谢、感激。那这时候 Mike 老师说的 Thanks for the solid， 意思是谢谢你帮我一个大忙。Solid 可以指为某个人提供的协助，它是口语用法，像 do somebody a solid 就跟 do somebody a favor 意思差不多，就是表达说帮某人一个忙。那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看 get away 的相关用法。第一种呢，可以用 get away 来表达逃离、挣脱的意思。那么 get away from somebody 可以表达逃离某人、离某人远一点。我们来看两个例句。The robber jumped over the wall and got away from the officer. 抢匪翻越那面墙，逃离了警员的追捕。I had to get away from Tina. She talks too much. 我得离 Tina 远一点，她真的话太多了。好，再来看第二个用法，就是我们用 get away 去表达离开的意思。那么后面可以接 from 加名词。举例来说。I may not be able to get away from the office until 7 p.m. 我可能要到晚上7点才有办法离开办公室诶。那么第三个呢，我们可以用 get away 去表达外出度假的意思。例如 I've been stressed out lately. I really need to get away for a couple of days to recharge. 我最近压力真的很大，压力山大，真的很需要去度假放松了2-3天，好好充电一下诶。那补充一个相关用语哦 ，get away from it all 可以表达说放下工作与烦恼，远离尘嚣，好好的放松沉淀心灵的意思哦，也是个常见的用法。那我们接着回到课文中。
Mark walks up to an MRT employee.
Excuse me, which exit do I take to get to Princess Avenue? I want to go to the Princess Theater.
The Princess Theater. You can take either exit 4 or exit 5, but exit 4 is a little bit closer to the theater. Once you exit, walk for around 100 meters, then turn right onto Princess Avenue. After a couple of minutes, you should see the Princess Theater on your right. If you see a gas station, you've gone too far.
Thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
You're welcome.
Part 2 is service with a smile. So in part 2, we have Mark here again, and he's going to be talking to an employee at the MRT station. So the first sentence says, Mark walks up to an MRT employee.
All right, so he's walking up to the employee to ask his question. And so Mark, very politely, he begins, excuse me, all right? So if you're going to sort of bother someone or ask for a favor, it might be nice to start with excuse me or pardon me or I'm sorry, but which exit do I take to get to Princess Avenue? I want to go to the Princess Theater. Okay, well, this is a small favor. He's asking for directions here. So he kind of knows where he's going, but he's probably new in town. He's a tourist, so that's why he's asking someone at the MRT station to help him find this place, the Princess Theater.
So the employee says, the Princess Theater? Just like a thinking, you can take either exit 4 or exit 5, but exit 4 is a little bit closer to the theater. Once you exit, walk for around 100 meters, then turn right onto Princess Avenue. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good explanation.
Those are very good directions, yeah.
Okay, yeah, and we have this word exit, and the exit is the place where you leave. So on the MRT, you have the exit numbers, 1 to 7, and whatever you leave from, exit 5, that's where you leave. Exits can also be in movie theaters, where you'll see the sign that says exit or emergency exit on the airplane. That's where you go when there's something that you need to run away from, or it could be at home, where you have that exit that's beside the elevator. It allows you to walk down the stairs. That's called the exit. The closest exit is beside the kitchen. So that would be the closest door where you can leave.
Exit can also be a verb. So if you use that door to go out,
yeah.
you are exiting
Exiting.
the building,
Correct.
right? So if there's a fire alarm at your school, the teachers might say, everyone exit the building.
From the exit.
And from the exit and, walk, don't run
Yes.
as you exit, as
Yes.
you leave a certain place. And yes, we also had this word avenue because Princess Theater was on a certain avenue. And, well, an avenue, this is a noun. It's basically a road or a street or a boulevard. There isn't really a size for this. Some people might kind of say, well, avenues are bigger than streets and streets are smaller than roads and stuff. But I mean, when I grew up in Canada, I lived on an avenue with just a few houses on it and some trees, and it was a very narrow street, just 2 cars going down. But of course, if you go to New York City, Fifth Avenue is one of the biggest streets in the city.
World,
and
probably.
It's 5-layered, 6 lanes across, and it has giant office buildings on it. So basically, in English, we often use many of these words in a kind of interchangeable way. Road, street, avenue. The only time it's really important is when you're asking for directions or writing an address or something like that. But don't get confused and think one is bigger than the other. They're basically just roads or streets where cars and people move along and move around the city. For example, Frank walked down Park Avenue with a big smile on his face. And I bet you could find a big Park Avenue in certain cities and probably just a small little street called Park Avenue as well. So let's get back to our article.
So next, the employee says, after a couple minutes, you should see the Princess Theater on your right.
On the right, okay.
If you see a gas station, you've gone too far.
Oh, that's useful.
Yeah, it's very useful because some people don't understand meters. I'm one of those people where you have to tell me, like, 7-Eleven here, there's like a Watson's here, but if you say meters, I'm like, how many meters, how far is that? So the employees gave 2 different very useful explanations so that Mark can recognize as well as be counting how many meters that he's walking. So I think Mark finds that useful as well.
Absolutely. So Mark says to the employee, thank you so much. You've been very helpful. Yes, this MRT employee has been very helpful. Mark has a very good idea of exactly where to go to find the place he's looking for.
Yes, and of course, when somebody says thank you, the employee says, you're welcome. I'm happy to help you because this is my job. And I would also like to thank you for joining us because we're very happy to be sharing this with you as well today.
We appreciate you spending time with us.
We do, really. We do.
You could be doing anything, but you're here.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, and we'll see you very soon. Until then, don't get lost. And remember, please and thank you. It does so many wonderful things in the world. We'll see you soon. Bye. Thanks.
在第2段对话里面 ，Mark 走向一名捷运员工，向他问路。他是要去公主剧院，然后想知道要走哪一个出口。然后捷运员工就说可以走4号或是5号出口，只是4号出口是比较近的。出站之后走100公尺左右，右转到公主大道。那么几分钟后应该就可以看到剧院在右手边了。如果他看到加油站，那就表示走过头喽。Mark 最后感谢对方提供了这么详细的说明。我们来看单字 avenue，avenue 表示大街。Mike 老师说的 boulevard，B-O-U-L-E-V-A-R-D，boulevard 表示大马路啊、大街、大道。那老师就提到说，像 road、avenue、street 这些字呢，不见得能够分出哪个单字所代表的马路比较大条，有时候甚至是可以互换的。只是在讲路名的时候，你就要明确要把它分得很清楚了。好，老师用到 interchangeable， 我们来拼一下 interchangeable，interchangeable 表示可交换的、可互换的。那下一个单字 exit。它当名词表示出口、通道，当动词可以表达离开、出去。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Jolene and Mark are waiting for class to begin.
What a pleasant surprise. You've decided to show up today. How was your day off?
I wouldn't call it a day off. I was sick.
Ew, get away from me. I'm just kidding. Are you feeling better today?
Not really, but I'm here anyway.
I've got yesterday's notes if you need them.
That would be great, actually. Could you send them to me?
Sure, no problem. Done.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Mark walks up to an MRT employee.
Excuse me, which exit do I take to get to Princess Avenue? I want to go to the Princess Theater.
The Princess Theater. You can take either exit 4 or exit 5, but exit 4 is a little bit closer to the theater. Once you exit, walk for around 100 meters, then turn right onto Princess Avenue. After a couple of minutes, you should see the Princess Theater on your right. If you see a gas station, you've gone too far.
Thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
You're welcome.
Hello everyone, I'm Kim.
I'm Ian.
We're going to play a game called Guess the Bear, where we each have words on these cards. We're going to use them in sentences, but instead of saying the word, we're going to use the word bear. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Let's start it.
Okay. You want to go first? I guess so.
Okay, this is a noun or a verb. Before a flight, flight attendants point out the bears on the plane. The actor bared the stage with a flourish.
Exit?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, this is a noun. The bear is taken over by a parade to celebrate the holiday. A bear is typically smaller than a boulevard.
Street? Road?
Like that.
Street, road.
The bear is taken over by a parade to celebrate the holiday, and bear is typically smaller than a boulevard.
Avenue?
Yes, correct. Nice. Okay, phrase, 2 words. When is the photographer going to bear? Millie bared bear late to her own birthday party.
Arrived?
Like that.
Say it again.
2 words. When is the photographer going to bear? Millie bared bear late to her own birthday party. Okay, it was show up. When is the photographer going to show up? And Millie showed up late to her own birthday party.
Okay.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So first is an adjective. We spent a bear evening together under the stars. The air freshener released a bear smell into the store.
Pleasant.
There you go. Second is a verb. Thanks for helping me. I really bear it. He bears all the hard work his team put into his project.
Appreciate.
Yes. Okay, 2 words. It's a phrase. Keith bared bear his headphones until he was comfortable with them. Please don't bear the equipment in the lab and break it.
Make adjustments.
Similarly, phrase,
Change
2
settings?
words. Yeah, totally. Along with those lines.
One more time with the sentences.
Keith bared bear his headphones until he was comfortable with them. Please don't bear the equipment in the lab and break it.
Adjusted settings.
I don't know.
Change something.
I don't know if I can give other suggestions or.
Okay, what was it?
Fiddle with.
Fiddle with.
I know, I was gonna be like, it's also an instrument, but I can't say that. So anyway, Keith fiddled with his headphones until he was comfortable with them. Please don't fiddle with the equipment in the lab and break it. It's tough.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, that was tough though.
I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm happy with that.
I was just thinking
Satisfied.
yeah.
See you next time.